put my lips on it.
I think they have the Iroquois campground up around there, don't they? And then they right off the road, left going north. Sure.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember that. There's a, like, up in, near Altona or around there, there's
Oh, this is-
a reservation.
That's the stuff for next time.
Okay.
Because you're going to pop up next time.
Right.
Now, my parents bought a farm
That's like all you did.
on Lake Champlain, Monty's Bay,
Thank you so much.
and don't tell me you're early.
Do you know where John P. Myers lived?
I think we just started
He was on Monty's
related.
Bay.
I guess I'll be in here next to you, Pat.
Early.
I'll probably be getting
There was a new home built. They had built a home.
You're gonna
They
just
bought
sign
land,
whenever
and
you
they
want.
built a new home.
We're not
And
saying.
so
we're
we
gonna
were
have-
right on the lake.
Well, we were, our property ran down, we had a big farm, it used to be a Gordon farm.
Did it not send it?
You know, the one with the funny barns, it's all burned down now.
Oh.
And my sister-in-law, my brother married a bay shark,
That's as much as
Alex,
Okay, so
Gerard Bay Shark.
Okay, everybody,
And
we're
he
gonna
started
start.
a campsite, so they have a boat marina and a campsite. So,
Oh, I don't know.
and
No, there was a big shark. They
Ladies?
married. Big shark.
Wow, that's some land.
legs across. Her legs across.
Okay, so,
We over here, George, and give it floor.
why don't we start by, we'll go around like we normally do and say who we are and a little who you are. So Doug?
Yeah, I'm Doug. I've been a regular member here now for more than a year.
Doug is an aspiring vegetarian, yes Doug?
Yeah,
And making
still trying.
progress all the time.
Trying.
okay, I'm Pat Price, and Doug forced me to come. He used to be one of my volunteers
That's right.
when I was dealing with the Office for the Aging, the Meals on Wheels. That's how I met Doug. And I right now have a respiratory problem, and they've got me on a special diet, so I'm checking out different types of food and diets.
Yeah, long
Well,
time
welcome,
friend.
welcome Pat.
I'm Olive Filio, and Pat and I have just
We might be
discovered
related.
that we might be related.
So funny.
It's
We
crazy,
both
yeah.
come from northern New York. I'm from Plattsburgh, and she is from Shazy.
Oh, I thought it was closer to the work.
I lived in Plattsburgh the last,
But she's in
And I live in East Greenbush right now,
Uh-huh.
in a senior apartment called Branson Manor.
Oh.
It's right up in back of McDonald's.
There's no McDonald's anymore.
there's no McDonald's anymore.
Tell them what your name is.
Okay, I'm Bobby.
Brignola.
Okay. And?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm Arnold Zimmer. This is my first time here. I'm too aspiring. I'm not a complete vegetarian, but I like the idea very much. I try and eat healthy.
Well, that's a perfect way to start, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's about all.
And are you doing it for your health? For your health?
Well, no, my health is very good, but, well, I've always been a big vegetable and salad eater anyway. I mean, it is a big step for me, really, in my life. I used to eat quite a bit of meat, but I'm not, never was a really big meat eater. It was always salads, my big thing.
Did you want to say something, Tanya?
No,
Oh, okay,
that's
all right. No problem.
Are you going to come and sit down and eat too?
No, I got
You're
a
more
bunch
than
of things to
welcome.
do. I'm
Both
making-
of you are more than welcome. We have plenty of room.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Why don't you come in?
Well, I just gotta finish up a few things that I'm doing right now, and then you can join me.
Good.
I gotta get a few
Good.
things done.
And you are?
I'm Lee Zimmer, I'm Arnie's brother.
Oh, your brothers. Oh.
I've been here a couple of times. So I brought Arnie tonight. He's from East Greenbush. I've been a vegetarian for a couple of years now.
What brought you to that?
My domestic partner, she she's been a vegetarian for years,
Wow.
and she gradually got me into it.
Good for her. Good for you. Well, wonderful. Welcome to all our new people. Enjoy the food. We're just gonna do some stuff while we're eating. As a matter of fact, it might be a good time to look at a video while we're eating. You know, and
Well, we didn't hear from you two, so we know who you two are.
oh, Maddie.
Yeah, you gotta do the same.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm Maddie, and I have been a vegetarian. I started when I was in my 30s, and about a year and a half ago, about 4 years ago, I stopped and I started eating meat again, and it was life circumstances, as bizarre as that sounds. And then I met Glendora and started coming to these groups, and I was motivated to stop eating animal products again. Going
Now,
on 23
tell me,
years now.
do you eat eggs or cheese?
I do. I am doing my best to cut certain things out of my life, but I do eat eggs, but what I do is I only eat them during the season that they lay because I buy them from a woman who does not eat her chickens. They're pets. So I'm making a compromise in that sense. I'm eating eggs, but I'm not buying from farm factory chickens. So I'm hopeful that that is helpful. I do eat ice cream still, which of course is dairy. That's been a very, very difficult thing for me to try, but I'm eating less. I'm eating less.
I never thought of ice
I
cream.
know it. I know.
Yeah.
So many of the
Yeah.
vegetarian recipes I have use dry milk,
Yes.
eggs, and cheese.
Because
And I was surprised.
But that's vegetarian,
Right.
there's no meat. I'm vegan, and I'm Debbie, by the way, and I don't do any dairy, I don't do honey, I don't do, and I'll just say I love cheese. I haven't found a cheese substitute, but there's almond milk, there's coconut milk, and you can get almond milk ice cream and coconut milk ice cream and non-dairy ice cream. And we found a cheesecake that was made with coconut milk, and it's absolutely delicious, but of course coconut is loaded with fat, so, and it is very rich, so you only need a little piece, but it's so good you want to eat the whole thing, and then that's not good. But as a vegan, you don't have any egg whites or anything like that, so this meal, because it's a vegetarian club, is not vegan. You know, there may be butter in some of this stuff, which ordinarily I wouldn't eat. And so the way it worked for us is about 5 years ago, we went vegetarian just for a few months, and then we ended up going vegan. And you know, in the strictest sense of the word, I might not be eating vegan tonight, right? So we're kind of flexible. We try not to make people put themselves out for us. We try our best to bring things where we go. Eating out is difficult, but more and more places now have stuff. And if Tony comes tonight, sometimes he's late. He found loads of wonderful things that are delicious that he's been sharing with us. So it is doable. There's a wonderful book. I don't cook, if anybody knows. Gary does everything in the house, cooking, cleaning, laundry, you know. And so occasionally,
Get to meet his brother.
I have. Occasionally I have to cook, and there's a book called Engine 2, and Caldwell Esselstyn talks about eating vegan, and his son Rick Esselstyn is a firefighter, and he's beefcake. But everybody has their turn for cooking, and it has to be hearty and it has to be quick because they have to go out to the fire. And he didn't want anybody to know that he was cooking like his dad thought. And so this entire cookbook is half-hour meals, soup to nuts, delicious, no animal products or anything. And there's even like mousse in there, chocolate mousse. And so I love that book because I can cook, and if I can cook out of it, trust me, anybody can cook out of it. And so that's
And what's the title again?
It's called Engine 2 for the fire truck that he's on. He's on the Engine 2, and it's a red book, but you can literally Google. You don't even have to buy the book. You could just Google, you know, recipes from the Engine 2 diet, or if you knew one, like, for example, he loaned my book out to somebody, and I was making fettuccine, and I just put Engine 2 fettuccine, and the recipe came right up.
Wow.
So it's delicious, and it's, you know,
And
what
are we eating this evening?
Yeah, I was gonna ask
This
you.
is ham. Yeah, I know, and I think there's butter on that.
Yeah, it's a ham. It's
I don't think
it's
so. go by the reason.
So this is called
What is
Wham.
this?
It's
Piece
called
of
Wham.
meat? That looks like liverwurst, what is it?
It's Wham. It's called Wham. It's a, I believe, a grain.
Comes packaged like that?
Yes, it comes in a,
It's a grain.
it comes in a loaf, like a big thing of sausage. Right. And it's a substitute for ham,
Yeah.
but they call it Wham.
In a supermarket, says that too?
I do believe she had to order this. I think she orders it from a vegan company or a vegetarian company, or she gets it from like Whole Food or something like that. I'm not sure. But it's quite large. I saw it. It's about this big and about this big around.
How much does it cost?
You probably can find it then, you don't have to order it special. You think a market might, well, what market probably carries most of this kind of food?
I think you'd have to get this from like a specialty. I'm not sure where she
Like a
got it.
health food store?
Or like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or something like that, maybe? Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure she ordered this one from a vegan company, or vegetarian company.
Now, are we going to have meetings once a month from now on?
If I'm understanding correctly, we're still going to meet here for one free vegan meal, and then that would be the
Last.
The last
last Wednesday of the month, and then the second Wednesday is at the
Church of the Covenant.
Church of the
And
Covenant.
it's gonna be potluck. So
Potluck.
everybody brings something.
And we'd like that to be vegan.
Right.
Are
So
you
the
going to
potluck.
be putting the announcement as
In the
worded like
advice,
that
yes.
in the
Yes,
advertisement?
ma'am. Yep.
And it's good because one of the things with Glendora is trying to inch people over gently. And the Loma Linda products, they're vegan because the Adventists are vegetarian. So it's vegetarian, but it might have egg whites in it or something. And because it's packaged food, it's an easy switch for people who are used to packaged food. And so it's a step in the right direction. But I love the fact that we all make something or you buy something, but it's just, to me, real food, you know? I mean, if you make something, and like I said, maybe I'll make something out of the Engine 2 book, and you'll see that this is just a simple recipe. I mean, you know, one of my favorite things to make is black beans and rice, and it sounds like black beans and rice, but you know, it has corn in it. We sometimes will throw mushrooms in it, and you have onions and peanuts on top, and you know, I mean, again, I don't read the recipe right, so I just threw everything in the pan, and then when Gary made it, there were all separate things you were supposed to add on top. I'm like, oh, I wasn't supposed to make everything? Okay.
And I bet it tastes good either way,
Yes,
right?
and it's hearty, and it's delicious, and you don't even feel like you're not eating meat. And that, to me, is the goal. You want to switch over seamlessly, and then, you know, you almost never eat that other kind of food again. And so when you eat this ham, you think, well, I can taste the smoky flavor. So it has the texture of meat. And, you know, why do you need to kill it for a little pig?
The sweet potatoes are regular sweet
Delicious,
potatoes,
yes,
aren't
they
they?
are good.
Or made, well, natural potatoes, they're not
Right.
fancy vegetarian.
They're delicious.
They're regular.
Well, they're vegetarian because they're a vegetable. There's no
Right.
meat or animal products, so.
I mean, they're the same ones you were buying from the market.
Exactly, yes, and so is the broccoli. And
Same
so
with
is
the
the
broccoli,
tofu.
right?
Yep,
Coleslaw, the only thing different is that.
the way,
Pretty
right.
good though. I thought it was a little worse when I first saw it.
The color's a little bit off-putting to me. Because it's like, now I don't know anything in nature that looks like that, but it is good.
But how does everybody like it?
So far, it's good, yeah.
When I first stopped eating meat, my biggest problem was the texture of whatever substitute. Like, when I first started 20 plus years ago, the only thing I really knew to eat was tofu. And tofu, unless you do something to it, it's like chalk, you know, it's awful. But there are so many ways to prepare tofu. I didn't even know to just dip it in cornstarch and fry it. It gets crispy on the outside, and then I learned you can bake tofu, and you can marinate it with anything. It absorbs the flavor of whatever marinade you're using, because when you use tofu, you take all the water out of it first. so it's nice and dry, and then you put it in the marinade, and it soaks it up like a sponge.
How do you get all the water out of it?
What I do is I take a clean paper towel, and I take the block of tofu, and I wrap it in the paper towel, and then I wrap that in a clean dish towel. And then I put it in a bowl, and I put a big can of dog food on it. And 3 hours later, you have dry, the towel is soaking wet, and you have, you know, tofu with no water in it.
Kind of like when you make pickles, you put the cucumbers in and then weight them down.
I first got used to that of Chinese.
Yes.
They use that a lot, sweet and
Yes.
sour. Sweet and
Or
sour
orange tofu, delicious. My favorite. Orange tofu stir fried. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll make some for our potluck.
Gary actually slices the blocks and puts them on paper towels with paper towels on top.
No, I think this is your
That's
first time.
nice to get the whole block done in
Yeah,
one
this is
time.
your
Yeah,
first
it
time.
does.
Yeah.
I've read that in the recipe books.
That tofu scramble in the Indian food book is good. Yeah, that.
I haven't had that, but, you know, the co-op, the Honest Way Food Co-op has this breakfast something that's made with, steak, and it's amazing. And the egg, quote unquote, is that scrambled, you know, tofu. So good.
I don't know how to use
See
sage.
what I meant, if they went to change
Well, Gary makes it, but I think,
the seniors.
I was never looking about
the
them.
co-op's not giving up their recipe on how they make it.
You can do it with spices.
This piece is very delicious. Not my food.
It was just not gonna do that.
This is
So
just
I'm trying to fast forward this to our friend, but computer.
They've been here before.
Well, by the way, everybody else, did you break time?
This, because it's got.
You just asked, you probably didn't hear. You just asked her, what was the first
Tanya?
time, you probably didn't hear.
Is there vegan eggs in the coleslaw?
It is
Vegan eggs, yes.
Oh, walnut, you can just have that breakfast. You have to do it gluten-free.
Oh, what?
We were just wondering if it was vegan eggs or regular
It's
eggs.
vegan vegan. Is that how you
Yeah,
pronounce it?
vegan eggs, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What it looks like, I guess.
See you.
I can show you the
Ooh,
drawing.
Tanya's got a nice tattoo we've never seen before. Woo!
I usually have it
Ouch.
covered up. Actually, it was one of the ones that I pulled in her.
I'll bet. One of the ones. She's got more than one.
That
They're all
what?
hidden.
They hurt?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's a lot.
Stick a needle in there, million
It's a
times.
lot, but you got needles jamming in.
Yeah, it hurt.
I don't even like one shot, there's no way I'm getting a tattoo.
Well, I have my kids' names. you know.
She's a modern kind of girl. Although tattoos have been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never
I don't typically get them in places that like stand out. I mean, you see people that have like stuff on their face.
Oh, my
or
goodness.
I would never, ever do that. But it's their own body.
I saw an interesting one that was like a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of food.
How did you see that?
It was on the internet. You see anything on the
Oh,
internet?
yeah, you do.
But it was, I have to say, spectacular tattoo. It went all the way on his thighs and all the way in the back.
Yeah, there are some-
It was amazing. It must have taken a month. Do you ever do that? It's pretty spectacular, you know. It was a little naughty.
Not very often.
You know, in England, there was an article, and it was saying how non-tattoo people were trying to be like, you know, it was like the opposite, you know, like people who got tattoos were showing off, and now it was like saying that people who don't get tattoos are trying to show off.
Basically.
Really? I don't think I'm showing off, I'm just being the way I am. I'm a chicken, I don't like either.
Me neither.
But it was so funny, because the article was saying
me to
everything about what people
switch
would have
over,
said, somebody who had a
Not,
tattoo years
but
ago.
I think.
Now it's so prolific, it's like, we're the ones that stand out.
But I could do start out with one.
A plastic bag full of boxes.
They didn't.
Talk about whole chickens that do that.
What is in the aspartame?
See, the only thing that I really
Potato fry.
What's down by the
find
front?
hard to give
The
up
other
is
side.
fish.
Where?
The other side.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
So they were,
They were fries and you smashed them?
But as far as the red meat,
Sweet
they
potatoes.
very good.
Oh, they're regular sweet
And
potatoes.
the fried.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
And I
You know,
They're
I
delicious.
think-
And you
yeah.
put a little brown sugar. Well, of course you did.
I got a lot
That's
of
okay,
work.
right?
Yeah. Anything non-animal product.
I
Keep it sugar is fine.
But I'm learning different, like your husband said.
Well, that's a real rounded meal, right?
Where it comes from a beef. That's why.
Yeah, but I would never thought
it wouldn't be hard.
I
for
never
me to
did
look
either
into
until
it.
somebody said that to me once. I used to eat honey all the time.
I've
I
already-
make honey.
You too?
I mean, it's hard to
Do
have a lot of
you-
home remedies when it comes
you
to like
basically,
making sick and stuff like that. Honey plays a big thing in a lot of different home
Where
remedies.
you from,
So,
Jeanette?
I mean,
And truthfully,
it's a natural.
Renee?
it's not like the bees are harmed to get the
I
honey.
am a
either.
price.
But
But
My-
it's just
my
like
stepdad's name was
Right.
their
Gordon.
food and what you're
What is
doing is
it?
you're taking the food that
Gordon.
they make for themselves
No,
for
your
winter and
first name.
sticking it in some sugar water.
My first
And
name
you
is
know, the
Pat.
sugar today is not necessarily
Pat.
a very nice thing.
Well, you say,
Let me tell you something, though, you don't know. Maybe they do.
And you take a half a teaspoon of cinnamon.
You wanna say something first?
Mix it together, like for glendora,
Pat,
for instance,
I'm
she's
Bobby,
right now.
right?
You know what?
And I'm deaf.
It says, take
Like
a
a
teaspoon
natural-
of honey and a half a teaspoon
I'm
of
deaf in this ear, and
cinnamon.
if
Yeah,
I
but
have
you're already
to,
there.
Twice a day for 3
I
days.
have to
It's
look
gonna
at
make
you.
it better.
When
Like,
you talk away, I can't hear you because
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, I didn't hear what the ill
I can
ailment was.
hear out of this ear.
Right.
Not
But I-
really?
For a lot of things, they. use
But I have to-
or honey with
you have to be
lemon
looking
and
at me
hot water. It's
when you're
different
talking.
types of stuff.
That's.
So these are some of the
So
products
I know what you mean.
that you can,
I just saw.
purchase at any
I just
store
saw.
like
Right.
Hannaford's
These
or,
around, so-
these are actually ones that she ordered, but, this is right out of Hannaford. Many of these products though do have, non-vegetarian or non-vegan, many of them have egg whites. So you wanna check the
Now,
ingredients
order
if you're
them, though,
concerned
I
about
can
that.
tell
But,
Now, what is them?
these are
What's the
slabs of
order?
deli meats, or you can
I
send
never
them
looked
around.
at that.
And they're
Oh,
delicious. I mean, I make sandwiches out of stuff like that, but they're processed.
Now,
And
do
so
they-
there's a little more salt than you might normally want.
Do they have a special section that you can buy this in?
Absolutely. Most grocery stores have a vegetarian or that type of section.
I live-
Those come right out of Morningstar, been around forever. They're right in the frozen section in Hannaford or Price
Well,
Chopper.
you always read the ingredients on the
Yes,
back.
you should definitely read the
These
ingredients.
are all frozen. All these are all
Yes,
frozen.
they're all frozen.
Of course, I'm not looking for them either.
No.
Now, I live not too far from Hannaford,
Uh-huh.
and I was getting eggs because I cook
I'm very
breakfast
morning
for the
star.
guys in the Philmont Gun Club. So I was picking up
Yeah.
eggs, and Drew's from
Is
Shake
that what we
Thing,
have in the glass? The
sent
diner over
eggs,
there,
maybe,
the veggie burger?
Yes.
and they have eggs, and I'm picking up one of the eggs, and it goes vegan eggs. And I'm like, really? I mean, they have vegetarian eggs, they have,
What's a vegan egg?
I don't know.
It was in a shell?
Yeah.
Then it can't be a vegan egg. I've never heard of
The only
such a-
thing I can think is if they were feeding the chickens.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh goodness, boy, that's some false advertising. huh?
Because they had, I looked at the rest of the eggs, and they had like, you know, chickens that said cage-free,
Right.
eggs, vegetarian.
That doesn't
and-
mean anything cage-free. It's,
Well, I know, but I mean, but I knew Drew's lived not too far from where I used to live,
right.
and he's bought up all the property, and he does have chickens. He has different hen houses that have different.
When they advertise cage-free, what people don't realize is they think that's a good thing. They're thinking there's
Yeah.
chickens running around, having some sunlight. Cage-free usually in
They're
farm
just not
factory
putting stuff in
means
this.
there
You still in
10 million of them crammed into sheds, you know? So they're not in cages, but they're not enjoying a good,
They're not out,
right?
no.
And the end result is death anyhow, because they can no longer lay, they kill them for meat, so.
The other, I think, alternative is range
But
free.
normally the eggs they are allowed to run are called range
Range free,
eggs.
yeah.
That's, once again, it's most often, it is false advertising. Even if they're not crammed into sheds, they're crammed into pens by the thousands. It's not ever, if it's coming from a farm factory, a factory farm, it's not ever a good thing.
You know, I'm not sure about Drew's. I mean, they do have these huge places, and I think the chickens do run free in this
They
building.
may,
I don't
they may.
think they're
Yeah.
penned up.
Yeah. But their ultimate destination is on the
Yeah.
in the ovens.
Well, it'd be the same with other fowl, like turkey.
Same
When
thing,
when I was
yes.
growing up, we had they grew turkeys, we had a couple thousand of them every year, but they were on in the wide open.
Yeah, yeah.
They were large areas,
Right.
just as big as a cow. Yeah.
Well, you know, I know that people do
Tonight?
vegetarian or vegan for different reasons, and, you know, for
You do bone okay.
some people
For
it's,
health.
yeah, some people it's
There's
for
a bone
compassion
very
for
wrong,
animals.
would you? Struck that bone, didn't you?
And some people it's
No, I just met her tonight.
Yeah.
But you knew it before.
Some people they do it for their sweetheart,
Oh,
which is always a nice thing too.
yes.
Does that mean you're a significant other?
No.
You can see one another.
He is
before now.
No.
Well, when Gary was
She said
young,
she came from Plattsburgh.
Yeah.
but I had
Oh my gosh,
actually
I came from
about
Plattsburgh.
6 months before.
And then
I'm not
we
putting that
started,
on
when she
that
said
was-
What was that time you said you came
And
from?
then he changed his mind.
Plattsburgh.
Oh.
Yeah.
You came
So-
from?
so that's how you
West
vote?
Shazy, is that where?
I was from
So
Westport.
part of your marriage like you were
You're
not.
Westport?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So did
Westport, with the same neck of the woods we are.
And you know, it's funny because for me,
Spent a lot of time in Plattsburgh.
Not that
you know, I love
Up and down
it
Cornelius
didn't bother
Street.
me, like, you know,
Then the old
I
movie
mean, I know
theater
people who won't
there,
sit in
was
front of
training.
somebody to eat a burger.
No, I
I
know.
used to go,
But
I used to love to go to
as the
Bonanza.
years have gone
Remember
on,
Bonanza?
I
I used to
started
love the
getting
Bonanza.
I used to
like,
live on Oak
why
Street,
would you want to kill and eat
right next to David
You
Murray.
know?
It's hard for me to walk in the supermarket, I mean, I do it,
Next
I
to the
have to.
Masonic
But when I
Lodge.
go past the meat things, it makes me sad to see it. I mean,
I love that.
everybody has a choice to make in life.
I know
Do you
the people
recognize
that
It
the
brought
name?
doesn't stop people that feel that way from feeling that
Tuesday
way.
night?
There's a huge disconnect between people
He used to
and their
sell
knowledge
loose
of where their
furniture and
food
stuff.
comes
He had a barn in the
from.
back.
And we're just,
and he had all
our
this
country
used
just made it
furniture.
even worse because now they're not even having to say
This was
what country
between
the
Oak
meat
Street
you're
and
buying in
Peter
stores
Street.
is coming from anymore. Did you know
Um,
that?
I did not know that. So
They
he
just
could
get
technically
so
be
long.
from a
The
country
people I
that
want to
eats
marry
dogs.
there wasn't.
Yeah, well,
You know,
yes.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully they'll have to label it, but
I didn't know if you watched it.
Oh, sure.
This was
Everybody enjoying the coleslaw?
Yeah.
This is
Absolutely.
made with, I'll send this down
Yeah,
around, this is
that's
veganese, and it's a mayonnaise substitute, and it is delicious. I bought some.
I have a recipe for that.
For veganese?
Yeah.
Oh, good, okay. Well, you
Yeah,
can
we
make
use-
your own.
We use that all the time.
Oh, yeah, I tried it for the first time myself
Yeah.
personally,
Would you like any more?
because the
No,
price was
that's
prohibitive for
fine.
me. It really was, I spent like
Looks like
$6 on a
coconut
jar.
oil.
Oh, yes, thank you, Tanya, thank you.
See what it's listed.
Could I,
don't
could
have
we watch part of the video for a while? Just for a few minutes, we always like to see what, this
I
is,
can't see it, I don't have my glasses.
Dr.
Tanya, I'm gonna save mine again.
I'll do
And if you
it.
have a little bit of green veggies, I take a little bit with it.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear down that end, we'll try. This is Dr. Colin, he is, oh gosh, I hear nothing. He is, let's see what his function's at. Oh, no one. I believe he started the first, vegetarian, I wanna say club, but it's not.
Conference?
Yeah. Can you hear it? Yeah,
Barrel, barrel.
it's not the best.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Nothing, huh?
Sorry about it.
Yeah, especially, you got three people here that are married.
Nobody can hear it.
Yeah.
You have a small box for that, or is it big one?
You want me to box it up for you?
Small one, yeah.
Okay, so this gentleman is a doctor, and he's a huge proponent of, I believe he was a pioneer in in starting an association of doctors that are interested in vegetarianism as a health measure and, of course, for compassion for animals. I know it's very hard to hear, so we'll stop right now. Maybe. And what they're trying to do is, combine vegetarianism, veganism. I believe it's veganism actually, with science to make people more healthy. Their goal is to teach people to eat in a proper way, so that because especially in this country we have a huge amount of obesity and heart disease and cancers, and they feel very strongly that our diet has a lot to do with all of that. So that's, a lot of this is him talking about the work that's being done to promote a healthier lifestyle and compassion for animals. So that's that. Glendora asked me if I would put this on the table if anybody's interested in reading it, and this is an organization, it's called In Defense of Animals. It is a solicitation, so if you read it and you feel so inclined to make a donation, feel free to take it with you. It's a great organization. They do a lot of really good work. I found something in the advertiser today that I found very interesting. It doesn't have a lot to do with vegetarianism, but it does have something to do with animals, and it's the first time I've seen the advertiser write anything like this, so I'm going to read it to you real quick. We are coming up, yay, on spring soon. And, spring is the season of love for cats.
Did you just see on the news that somebody sent in a picture of a Baltimore Oriole?
No, really? Already, huh? Yay!
Yeah.
That's a good thing, right?
Yet.
I know, but the thing is now,
Everybody's getting
next week it's going to be like in the 40s and above freezing.
Yeah.
Now, I know coming from up north, that sometimes at the beginning of February they start tapping the trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, is
Yeah.
it possible this year that we're going to start?
It's got
They
freeze.
said they did that.
February next week.
Yeah.
Well, this is called Cat Owners Can Prevent Homeless Pets, and it's spaying or neutering your cat is considered one of the most effective ways to reduce pet overpopulation. That's the word from experts such as the American Veterinary Medical Association, the AVMA. They also say the procedure is safe for kittens as young as 8 to 10 weeks old.
Really?
Yes. In addition to pet population control, spaying a female cat before her first heat cycle amplifies a number of health benefits. It reduces the risk of certain mammary and reproductive cancers, as well as potentially fatal infections. We urge you to keep your pets close to home. And then it has, to learn more, you can visit PetSmartCharities.org. I just found that very, very interesting that this was in the paper, because it's the first time I've seen a local paper address the age, because many people, I do a lot of animal work, and many people have said to me over the years that, oh, we like to let our cat come in to heat once. It's beneficial. It's an old wives' tale. It's actually healthier for them. And over the years doing spay-neuter clinics, if they're 2 pounds, we will spay them. And 2-pound kitten is, they're tiny. It's a 2-month-old kitten. So anyhow, I just thought that was very informative and quite up to date for a local paper like that. I was very pleased to see that.
Is it on the back page of the advertisement?
This was actually, it's stuck into it. It seems to be, the advertiser's a regular size, and this was sticking out like 2 inches, so I don't know. I don't know what it is.
All right, I'll look for it.
Yeah, okay. So anyhow, Doug, would you like to tell us if you've done anything this week to advance the cause of vegetarian or veganism?
Well, most of the time I discuss it with other people wherever I'm going, so with church dinners and whatever. This week, I happen to be discussing it a little bit more with Pat, so I finally convinced her to come and at least try.
Okay, good for you. All
It's
right.
an education.
Okay,
But she and I still disagree.
we still disagree.
That's
I
nice.
work for the county,
Yeah.
for the Office for the Aging. He comes to the senior center, and he thinks that they should adjust their meal for him. I said, that's not the way it goes. I said, that's not the way it goes. I
It's
said,
trying to
they're
get it for
taking,
everybody.
they're taking care of everybody in the county. So they're not going to, for one person, eat the way he wants to eat. And it's hard, you know, I mean, the county's just not gonna change. And
How many
there's one of
meals-
these people that just,
How many meals do they make in one day for the program that you're talking about?
well, I haven't worked since 2003. It has dropped. I know that they were takeout meals. There was like 130, where before when I was working there, we were sending out like 300. And now, and this really bothers me because the need is out there. It's just,
Don't you think the need is out
it
there for
Meals
people
on
that have healthy
Wheels?
food?
what?
Don't you think the need is for these people who need to have food,
Well,
to have healthy
they do,
food
they
instead of
have a
giving them something that's
dietitian
gonna kill?
and they have, you know, requirements. They have so much that they have a requirement that they have to meet.
Who's requiring that they feed
The
them meat?
state.
The state does
stuff.
this.
Telling them they have to serve meat,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, I'm sure.
not just protein, actual meat.
It's protein, no, because sometimes they have, you know, cheese and stuff like that. They do have other, it's not just meat, whatever. They need to have a certain amount of, you know, vegetables, and protein and stuff like
Right,
that.
but what I'm saying is to meet the requirement of the state, couldn't you, or couldn't they, take an interest in making at least one meal a month or a
Yeah,
year
but
or
you can't
whatever?
you can't force everybody to eat the way.
It's not
you want.
forcing,
Well-
it's healthy food, I mean,
Yeah, but the thing
you know,
is,
Mexican
these
people eat rice and beans all the time, it's not forcing them, it's what
and
they
it
eat.
is because these people are elderly people. They're used to eating a certain way. And you know yourself going down there, how they complain
Oh,
at
yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
maybe they're complaining because they're bored to tears, and
Yes.
it might be
No,
something.
it's
I think what
just-
Debbie is saying is, we're
I
not
know
saying
what-
switch it over, but what a good idea, maybe a good
Just to start
suggestion,
one.
to
Yeah,
do it once a month.
Yeah, once in a while.
Well, and that
To have a
could be-
tofu dish, like a tofu stir fry, holy smokes. My boyfriend's mother used to get Meals on Wheels, and honest to God, she barely ate them, and that's the truth. We would be taking them home all the time and eating them because she hated them. They were awful. And I mean, you know, they, you know,
You know, I worked there for
Is
23
this
years.
Meals on Wheels?
yeah,
that's
she was
the
getting
same
Meals
one.
on Wheels.
And
Yeah.
you worked there?
I worked in Columbia County.
Oh, in Columbia County.
I guess what it was is they were akin to frozen dinners. I think that's the way that I would describe what the meals were. And we ate them. I'm not saying they were like awful. To her, they were awful, but, you know.
Because they're used to cooking, and it's in a large
Yes.
quantity,
Mhm.
and it loses something in that when you're cooking in
No,
large amounts.
I understand perfectly.
And then another thing, not, because I'm up there myself, elderly people have a tendency to complain about no matter
Everything,
what.
right.
And it's like when they're in a nursing home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home. That's the last thing they say when they, you know, before they pass away. It's something that is fixed in their mind, they live a different way than we live today.
Sure.
And they are not willing to change.
You might find that
Well,
that would be a
I
pleasant
was doing it
surprise.
for 23 years, and I'll tell you what,
Well, you never
I
know,
don't-
I guess.
I don't try to fight them.
Thank you very much.
I make changes because I was site manager.
It's
Right.
very,
And
very.
so I was in the center
It was a lot of
where the
food.
meals were served.
That's the best for
And
potatoes.
I made certain changes, I had my way
Must
of
come
doing
straight
things.
from you, that's why there's no
When it comes to
transition,
food,
it goes straight
Yeah.
from you.
There's that midway, right, where you think.
You know, I think the group that are retiring now, you might be able to do
Right.
something like that.
Right.
But not the ones that are still out there.
I think you might be surprised, actually.
Well,
I think
I
that you
don't-
might be surprised.
But what it is-
I have faith in people that they can look at new things and get excited about it.
I don't know.
You never
Yeah, but
know.
it's-
And I don't see it happening in the future, but how about you, Olive? Have you done anything?
Yes, I have found a cookbook that explains the difference in vegan, and vegetarian. And they have menus, and they have recipes, This book is absolutely fabulous, and it came out in 1984.
All right.
And I must have picked it up in a used book sale.
So you had it in your house?
Yes, I had it in my own house.
Hidden treasure.
And yes, I'm looking forward to trying the recipes in it.
We're looking forward to you bringing one to the potluck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
It's a potluck.
that'd be next time we meet, she's talking.
Right, the next time we meet,
Next time we
we're having
meet
a
her,
potluck.
whatever.
And is that at the Church of the Redeemer?
It's the Covenant, the Circle
Sure.
Church in April Park.
Yeah, the round church.
The Circle Church in
April Park.
April Park.
On the 43 across from Jiffy Mart.
But you would announce that in the advertising.
Yes, that'll be in the advertiser, absolutely.
And there's breads and desserts
Yeah.
and, whoa!
Well, you only have to, you bring one thing, you don't have to bring a meal and dessert, or, you know, Debbie often brings her delicious banana bread, which we love. So we want something different from you this
Yes,
time.
I know, I'm gonna do something different.
And, you know, so anything that you find appropriate, and, you know, sometimes we have, as you know, we have more people than this, and sometimes we have less, so, you know, make sure it's something you're gonna wanna eat, because you may take leftovers, you know? So anyhow.
I watch on the public broadcasting, there's one girl that does recipes. And I mean, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to check it out.
Oh, good.
Because, she's very good, I mean,
The Jazzy Vegetarian.
Exactly.
Yes, I love her, I love her.
and
Great.
she does some good things.
Yes, yes, I love that show.
Yeah.
Please.
So how did you like the food tonight? How did
It was
you,
very good.
you enjoyed it? Good. How about you guys? Did you enjoy the meal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that lamb was very good. Like Debbie said, the color's a little off-putting, but,
But the
That's
smoky
like a little
flavor.
yeah.
Tastes good.
It's tasty.
And the texture was pretty nice,
Yeah,
I have
it
to
was.
say. Tony brought us some jerky a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking, how could they make jerky out of mushrooms, or, you know, but that's what it was made. One was shiitake mushrooms, some were made out of seitan, some were made out of, I forget, I don't think any were tofu. And the only difference, I have to say, the texture was very good. They were like, you know how jerky is very dry? Well, these were moist. But other than that, they were delicious. Did you try them?
And jerky is really very, very salty.
Yeah, well, these were pretty salty too, but they had quite a bit of sodium in them. Not something you'd want to have a meal, but as a little snack, you know, not bad at all.
Somebody get charged with reading a section.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sick of it.
Need something?
Stop it, you've never heard this before, you know there's a place in Minnesota.
Oh, I didn't know that, I'm sure. I didn't know that. What's it called?
Right where St. Anthony's Falls, between X and O. It's a bakery right on the corner near St. Anthony's Church on 4th Street and State Street in Troy. They have a complete bakery.
Excellent, oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, a Asian bakery in Troy on 4th Street and State Street near St. Anthony's Church on the corner.
Yeah,
They have a,
so it's gone, since they closed Exeter.
I'll have to bring something to show
This
you.
is
the next
non-dairy,
time.
It is not, I would not put it on, don't worry.
I know, you're good.
I've learned. If you need any more, I can bring it.
That's
That
delicious.
was,
Just give
The only one I know about, you never knew about that.
no.
The only one I know about in the area, they've been around for over a year, they have a place you can sit down like a coffee shop.
I know, I've been in,
Hurley.
but I think it closed a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
that's a shame.
I think they do catering, but they're not open anymore as a shop.
Because you guys probably, when he told you so much, so you probably wouldn't find out, you wouldn't go over that way much. But if I get some information, I'll bring it over to you.
Sam Gordon?
So Doug is gonna read something
And then I have another
from,
out in
what's the book called, Doug?
This book is Vegan Living.
Reno. His name is Woody.
There's a chapter called Vegan It, Tips for Maintaining a Vegan Lifestyle. And there's a couple of paragraphs under a category called Knowledge is Power. And I think that relates a little bit to what we were just talking about the seniors that aren't really so willing to change over. After going vegan, many feel so completely inspired and empowered by what they have learned that they're a little like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. They feel like spreading the wings and flying all around to spread the good word about being vegan. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. For some, it's like being clued in on one of the big secrets of the universe, and they feel compelled to share their knowledge and acquired wisdom with others. The key is knowing the right time, place, and method of doing so, and that will come with experience. So be prepared and eager to engage in conversations about being a vegan. Being an informed vegan will help you handle some of the opposition and comments that may come your way. If you're going to quote something, be sure you have your facts straight to avoid someone calling you out and exposing your mistake during an exchange, or to prevent a conflict of altercation from arising in the first place. Just one more paragraph here on this. Feeding the brain with knowledge tends to spark the imagination and get the creative and intellectual juices flowing more than ever. The more you learn, the more you'll want to keep learning. Being informed is one of the most important things when debating any issue. And debates happen quite a bit when you're a vegan, particularly when you find yourself in long circles or situations. Being prepared for inquiries as well as insults will keep feelings on both sides from being hurt and prevent you from being labeled as the vegan troublemaker. And I was thinking who that's geared for. That would be geared toward the management and the administration that Pat was alluding to. And not the seniors themselves, but to the administration.
Thank you, Doug.
Well, they're as bad as the seniors.
Is it Leon? Leon?
I'm Lee.
You're Lee, and Arne, I'm sorry. Would you like to read Arne? Anywhere. Just open up and tell. Either one, it doesn't matter.
You just choose something and you open up and you see something you think looks interesting.
I attend the nutritional meetings for all of the senior centers, and we meet once a month, and there's 3 representatives from my Rensselaer Senior Center, but the rest come in from the senior centers all the way around the county. And we meet down in Troy where the nutritionist has her office. And I will inquire the next meeting that I go to if it is possible for them to try vegetarian or vegan recipes. Okay?
I would stress if you're going to do that, that you probably put it in a way that they would want to do something home cooked, not something from this. Because
Oh, well, no.
Everything is home.
No, everything is home cooked.
when I say home cooked, like people take, like we had a turkey dinner here one time, and it used this stuff, but it was a home cooked meal. It had gravy and potatoes. What I'm saying is, this is very expensive.
They buy in bulk and ship the recipes and the food out.
Right.
Because we get a delivery of food every day that the cooks are cooking, which is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Right, that's what I was trying to
And
say,
it
is that
starts from scratch.
whatever protein they decide on, vegetarian protein, they'd want to order it from a company that does
Well, yesterday they had turkey chili. Now, it wouldn't be any step from that to have vegetarian chili.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Nobody needs the chicken in it, you've got enough beans and whatnot, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Or they
there's
make-
even those boca crumbs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they make crumbles. There's a product called crumbles that's, to me, it's just like hamburger.
Yeah. we did
Crumbled
that.
up, yeah, it's delicious. It's just a protein crumbled.
I bet that would be something you could make that your seniors wouldn't even know you made it.
They wouldn't even know it,
And
that's
they would
right.
just say, oh, chili, lovely.
Tanya made lasagna, a vegetable lasagna one time with totally vegan. It was delicious. I have to say that was one of the best meals we've ever had here. It had vegan cheese, it had vegan sauce. It was delicious. It really was. And I think she used silken tofu for the ricotta. So it had vegan cheese and tofu. Tofu comes in different textures. You can make like smoothies and stuff out of the silken, you know, or fry or bake the other kind. So, you know, there's lots of different ways to do it. But what my point was, if they're going to do it, you don't want to buy this. You want to buy in bulk from the company, because that would cost a fortune to do it that way.
Oh, no.
They
would never do that.
I don't know. We had a dietitian that tried to change the menu and it didn't work. Everybody would just throw it in the garbage. They wouldn't eat it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but did they announce it the right way? You know, see, if they started announcing things, that they're gradually changing over and for them to try it.
They would
It
stop
probably wasn't
coming.
flavored.
They would stop coming to eat.
All right, I think Lee's ready to read to us. I'm gonna act like glendora.
Yeah.
Everybody back up.
Yeah.
All right, we're listening.
Well,
up.
there's a page I opened to.
Okay.
This is the least you need to know. Compassion is a combination of being aware of the distress or suffering of others and wanting to help alleviate it. Many religions have compassion at the root of their beliefs, and veganism is really no different. When transitioning to a vegan lifestyle, you'll face many decisions. Just do the best you can at your own pace. People often take different paths towards becoming a vegan. Try not to be judgmental of the way others approach their own journey. Finding support for your beliefs can be important in helping you stay the course.
Thank you.
That's good.
How about one more? Olive, would you like to read for us?
Sure.
Okay. We like to catch you when you're eating.
These potlucks are a place, something to warm things up in? Microwave or anything?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I brought something last time that had to be there. I'm pretty sure I used that microwave. Yeah.
It's easy to
By now, you probably realize that transitioning to a vegan lifestyle is all about making decisions and choices. It's like getting a chance at remaking yourself from scratch. You get to decide how you will live your life and by which moral or ethical codes. You and you alone decide how you will sustain yourself on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. It's all up to you. So take your time and really think about it. If or when you feel you are ready to move forward and transition into your new vegan lifestyle, do it in your own way and at your own pace.
Very good. That's excellent advice, too.
And you know, it can be a dance, you know, I mean, you start and you're vegetarian and you go vegan and then the kids are throwing away chicken and you feel bad and you eat it and then you think, ooh, that doesn't even taste good anymore, and you go back. And does that sound like I'm speaking from experience? And then you just say, I don't care if it goes in the garbage, I'm not eating that anymore. And so, you know, the thing for me is that I love making something that people like the banana bread will eat and say, that just tastes like banana bread. Not that that tastes like vegan banana bread. And I'll just say, I gave my recipe to Whole Foods because, and he's like, what do you want for it? I said, what do you mean? I want you to try it, you know? So it takes a while, that was in September and it has to go through region or whatever, but I texted him or emailed it. I'm like, but did you try it? Have you tried it? And he's like, yeah, we made it at home, it's really good. And I had called it muffins because at the time I had seen him had vegan muffins, so I said, you want muffins? He said, I wonder how it works for a loaf. I said, it's exactly the same recipe, just, you know, I sometimes put it in a square, flat pan, or you can put it in a loaf. It just takes a little longer to cook because it's more dense. So, you know, if you can get food that tastes as good as anything else, then it's an easy swap. Why would you want eggs and fat when you can have the vegetarian version or the vegan version that doesn't have eggs and fat. I mean, just for your own health, if it tastes the same to you, you know? So that's kind of the fun thing for me.
It's actually better because she doesn't mash her bananas a lot, and so you get big chunks of bananas.
Sally likes the
I mean, it's
mashed
delicious.
washed up all the way. She likes to
I
take
like it
it.
like
so.
that.
Debbie, could you tell us a little bit about your vegan business that you have? Because some of the people here don't know that you have products.
All right.
Or if there was a listing or a way we can get it.
When the children were little, started making things out of a natural remedy book because I knew the products in the marketplace had petrochemicals and animals and all sorts of nasties. And I didn't want to put them on my babies, so I was making it myself. And I found a company, it's called Arbonne, and their philosophy is pure, safe, and beneficial. So for 36 years now, the products are vegan, they're gluten-free, they're soy-free, they're whey-free, they have no cholesterol, they have no, formaldehyde donating preservatives. I mean, you name it, they don't have it. And so it was so nice for me to know that I could put shampoo on their head that didn't have sodium lauryl sulfate, which is linked to cancer. And there's no parabens, which has been found in breast tissue that have breast cancer. And so for me, it was very easy. And of course, I used the products just for a couple of weeks. And I said I wasn't going to do the business. But people said to me, my gosh, your skin is glowing, you don't wear makeup, what are you using? And I'm like, oh, go use this product, it's really great. And so it eventually came to the point where I just were referring that many people, I thought maybe I can earn some money because we have a charity in the Dominican Republic. It feeds and educates about 50 kids. And so I started doing the business, and I now give all the profits to the Dominican Republic. And I just love helping people have products that are safe for them. So like somebody might have eczema or dry skin or, whatever the issues is, if they're aging and they want to get rid of their wrinkles, if they want to lose weight. I'm actually currently doing the 30 Days to Fit. 3 weeks, I lost 6 pounds and 7 inches, right in my middle. I don't have to lose it anywhere else, it's just right there. And so I feel full of energy, I'm enjoying it, I'm losing weight. And they have everything from sunscreens, which is got a lot of chemicals in. Ours is actually a physical barrier to the sun. So it's actually, a mineral that blocks the sun from your skin.
I'm wearing it right now.
She's wearing right now. And so, everything from babies to old people, men to women, everything in between. And so it's great because it has makeup. And I didn't know this, but people who are gluten intolerant can't wear makeup because there's gluten in makeup. But our makeup doesn't have that. And so, the babies, and then there's the aromatherapy line and detox spa, and so there's stuff for people who do sports. It literally is like 500 different products. And so for me, it's great to help somebody because they get results. And when I was making my own products, I'd go to the co-op and I'll get some, other product that was healthy, but it was like, okay, that's not working. And it's just a waste of money. But this company has a 45-day money-back guarantee, but nobody returns anything because it actually works. If I say it does fine lines, wrinkles, and acne scars, that's what it does because it's been tested clinically. And that's the only thing I can say is what we have proof of. And
what is the name of the company?
It's called Arbonne. Have you heard of it?
Arbonne, A-R-B-O-N-N-E.
Yeah.
I tried that, Arbonne, A-R-B-O-N-N-E.
A-R-B-O-N-N-E.
And if you just take off the N and the E, that Arbonne actually is a place in Switzerland. It's called Arbonne, Switzerland, and Arbonne means beautiful tree. And so this is where the company started. They put the extra E, N and E on because I guess it looked more fancy, I don't know. I have no idea. But it's amazing. And I would be happy to let anybody try any of my products. Many people here have tried them. But I'm happy to let people, if you say, oh, when you meet X, bring me this, this, and this, I'll be happy to do that. Or I'll meet you before then. Because for me, I just want people to know there's a safe alternative. Now my mother, I give her the products for free. She won't use them. Because
Take them back.
I did take them back. My sister's like, can I have them? But, she's my mother. I don't want her using stuff that's going to kill her. I want her to, I'm fine, All right, whatever, Mom. Things to me build up. And your body says, oh my gosh, like, for example, people will drink stuff with aspartame in. Do you know what that is? It's like a really poisonous kind of sweetener. And your body says, if it was sugar, it said, oh, brain food. Oh, I need that for activity, fine, I'll burn that off. But if it's aspartame, your body goes, what the heck is that? Oh, let's put it in the left hip. And we'll make a little fat pocket around it, and we'll keep it over there so it's away from your essential organs.